give them the opportunity to speak, even if they're being countered, because you're providing a platform for the cultivation of their ideas. You're also preventing the platform for the counter to their ideas that may influence the audience that they already have.
Yeah, they'll just coagulate underground and become more extreme because they won't be exposed to opposing viewpoints.
What is an acceptable way to counter? What is an acceptable way to counter? Give me the list of the acceptable ways to counter bad arguments.
At first, you sound really angry right now.
Yeah, like, why are you screaming?
Oh my gosh.
We've been dealing with this all day.
I mean, she's upset, and I think
it's whether or not she's upset doesn't matter. It's what she's saying that's important. Her tone doesn't matter.
Right. I think her position is completely valid, and she's passionate about it, and that's okay.
I also had a bad day, so you're right. My tone is coming through from a really bad thing that happened to me earlier today, so I will try to control it. It's just... Anyway, go ahead.
GE?
Okay, well, I was going to say, I guess, as like a piggyback, and then maybe we can discuss Shannon's question. But, I mean, honestly, do you guys know what the most detrimental thing that has happened to, like, the Flat Earth community has been?
Flat
like, the
Earthers.
most detrimental thing.
Man.
Huh?
Debunkers. Been killing them.
No, it's not the debunkers.
You don't think
not the debunkers at all.
What is it?
Because the debunkers have been around for a while and they have still grown. Jeranism's got well over 100,000 subscribers. These people have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and they were only growing. But now this Behind the Curve documentary came out. Everybody's flipping out. Globebusters actually shut down their YouTube channel now because they're being chased off the internet because they were literally just put in front of a mic and they were made to do, or they did experiments and were recorded by an outside entity doing them and shown to be fools. And now the Flat Earth community is collapsing in on itself. And you know why? Because the documentary just presented the Flat Earther side. They presented their arguments. They did their experiments. And then the Flat Earth documentary also had scientists that were there countering them, everything like that. So
same with Young Earth creation. Same with religion in general.
And the Flat Earthers haven't changed their mind, but a lot of other people have. I think that's the important thing is that people. The Flat Earthers that were in the documentary haven't been impacted, they've been impacted by this. But they haven't.
Bob shut down his channel.
I know, but they haven't changed their minds.
I don't know how you'd get a metric of that. I don't know how you judge that.
What do you mean?
I mean, people are talking.
If they're shutting down their channels, I think that's demonstrably affecting them.
Yeah, I would think that is a thing. But I mean, if we're talking about the silent group and who isn't changing their minds.
I think they're freaking out like the behind the scenes stuff. The channels are all
They're not going to go away.
It's easy to quantify because the amount of the amount of infighting has only increased since then. You've got Flat Earthers that are shitting on other Flat Earthers. You've got this whole community that's in disarray right now because of this documentary.
Well, Flat Earthers have been around since the 1800s. I mean, so they're
before that.
Yeah,
I guess I was.
So they're not really going to go away anytime.
Well, no, they're not going to go away. But I was merely talking about the social media kind of groups that have grown.
But to say an impact. But to say that they've always been here is a fallacy. But to say that they've always been here is a fallacy because we've progressed in technology so long. I mean, are you saying that 1,000 years from now there's still going to be flat earthers? I mean, I don't think so.
Yes.
There will. I think so.
Well, I don't think that. Well, I don't think our goal needs to be zero flat earthers, or it's not worth it.
I mean,
the point is having an impact.
Sure, okay. Maybe 1,000 years from now, somebody gets hit in the head a little too hard.
By presenting that side, their side, and creating that platform, essentially, it's having an impact. Globebusters was a really big Flat Earth channel, and they did shut down. Was it 2 nights ago? GE, they closed down. It hadn't been long. Did we lose GE?
I think we did.
Oh, come back, GE.
So I think when people are criticizing over platforming, it's not that putting sunlight on the issue necessarily. Some people are having that perspective, and
oh yeah,
we can talk about that. But for me, when I'm criticizing platforming, it's when you're having something exposed without opposition. And I think a lot of the things that we're talking about, that everybody in this room is talking, I know. I think that when people in here are talking about platforming and saying that they're against it, a lot of the people in here are bringing up saying that's when something is brought up without proper opposition. Mm-hmm. That's it.
I agree with that.
I think that everybody here agrees.
I agree with that.
That there should be proper opposition for these ideas.
My point is, though, that this stemmed from individuals that I was dealing with all day long. I know Casey and Shannon were as well, but they had an issue, despite the fact, even if you have opposition or not, that there are some people that and some ideas that should not have a place that they are discussed.
I have a question for you. How would you feel about having a representative from NAMBLA on here?
From the
people that want to consider having pedophilia listed with the LGBTQ.
The North American Man-Boy Love Association.
I mean, you can say any organization, any person. I believe that idea should be put out to public and be opposed. I mean, whatever it is. I mean, I don't care if they rip the heads off of sea turtles and fuck their throats. I don't care what it is. It needs to be put out there.
There's oddly specific Jim.
Yeah, there's a guy.
I'm just curious.
There's a popular YouTuber named Destiny, and brilliant guy. I mean, he does all kind of debates. He's actually had several debates on incest, and Amos Yee had a debate with about something to do with the efficacy of like child porn, I think, and how that goes into clinical trials. Anyway, very, very, very way out there taboo debate subjects. But he has a point when he says that if you can't have those conversations, then you have to. It takes
worse to not have them.
Yeah, it's a lot worse to not have those kind of discussions to some extent.
I had someone defending pedophilia like on my column this week after I talked about the Michael Jackson Leaving Neverland documentary, and I didn't shut them down because they were talking about this idea that he has a friend that is attracted to people that are younger, but he knows the difference between acting on it and he doesn't act on it.
Not engaging doesn't make it go away is what I'm ultimately saying.
Yeah.
These things are going to exist. So if you have the conversations, I think you go a lot further. It's a much further benefit because not only are you able to understand maybe where they're coming from, you might have an opportunity to intervene, maybe help, maybe you break through, but you're at least talking.
Yeah, and I didn't shut them down and say oh, you're wrong for supporting your friend. Clearly Michael Jackson acted on his pedophilia, but his friend doesn't. So,
I mean, there's what's the old commercials? If you don't talk to your kids about drugs, then who will?
Yeah.
Can I ask? First, I'm going to say I'm sorry for not mitigating my tone. I've had an exceptionally long day, both on social media and off social media. So I apologize. I should have mitigated my tone far better. But
are you okay? Are you feeling all right?
Oh, thank you, Mel. Yeah, I will be okay. But yeah, aside from that, thank you. Here's my question, and this is a question that is important to me. And I don't want to say it with tone because it's important to me to answer. This is where it gets convoluted in my head, and I think it's important to address. What is an adequate way to counter? I think everybody here would agree that these bad ideas need to be countered. But it seems like there's a line that isn't clear to me. Like a response video, okay. An article written, okay. Soon as that person's present and can be countered in real time, not okay anymore. I don't understand why, because that seems to me like it would be the most effective way to counter.
What if someone who's not very good at making response videos makes a response video? Should that not happen either?
Right. Why is there a differentiating line where it becomes important that if the person's physically present It's just no longer okay anymore. And I understand that there's sometimes you're going to have the best of intentions and think that you're setting up a debate where that person is going to get slaughtered, and maybe they don't. You don't know the future.
See, I think the thing is you have less control if you don't have like very well set things. So when I write something or when I discuss a particularly controversial topic, I take all of the evidence, I make my sources available, I say this is where my information is, and I address it. Or if I want to, I can talk to that person, get their information, but I ultimately can control how that content is delivered. And I think that's kind of where...
But why do you have to control everything?
Because you don't want things to go off the rails, and you don't want to inadvertently give somebody a platform in that case.
That's what moderators are for.
But it doesn't always work that way, because when you're dealing with live streams and stuff like that, you end up in a debate where you have somebody that's paired up with another person, and this person has this very, very problematic view. What if what they say comes out on top and the other person doesn't effectively
that's an inevitable reality of eventually having enough discussions.
Yeah, it's just
exactly.
So you're saying that if there's a chance,
have conversations with anybody, because we don't know what it is. We don't know.
There's a chance you might lose.
You can have conversations.
Yeah, because but you don't know that I'm not a turf person. You don't know that I'm not an incel. You don't know that, but you have me on talking about something else. So that means we shouldn't talk to anybody face to face on a live stream, because their bad ideologies might come out.
I dig down pretty deep before I put somebody on my channel to find out what it is that exactly they're doing, what their views are. I check out their social media. I look in pretty hard.
That's your prerogative. It is your
that is mine. That is mine.
Absolutely.
And I understand. I understand that this is just what I do, but I do that so I don't have things go off the rails, and I don't inadvertently have my particular space used as a platform for an inherently oppressive or problematic view.
Well, let me tell you. Let me say there. I've never went to the extent that you did, and I too have never had that happen on my streams either. Not once.
Well, last night it kind of went off the rails.
Yeah, but
tell me where. Where it went off the rails?
It ended up on ethno-states, and that's not what the topic.
Yeah, why is the topic being about?
We went to a different topic, but where did it go off the rails? Who left that stream thinking that they had a good point? And number two, you didn't even finish watching it.
I hadn't had a chance to.
Hey, so how can you comment on it?
I got about three-quarters of the way through. I got three-quarters of the way through.
See, that's bullshit right there. I'm sorry, but that is absolute bullshit right there. I have to call it whenever I say it. It's just...
what I'm talking about right now is the fact that everybody here had agreed that you had two people that were nationalists, and that was a problematic
thing. No, I didn't agree that's a problem. I don't think that's a problem.
Yeah, I didn't either. I did not agree that that's a problem. It was, to me, that's a problem if the topic was ethno-states, but the topic was slavery, and they had opposing views on that topic. So whatever else they may or may not agree on is not really relevant to that topic.
Here's a question. How should a host handle that situation when you have a topic switch up like that, and then you wind up into a situation where a subject like that is being platformed inadvertently?
Just ask him to get back on topic. Next question.
Is that it?
Or directly counter it.
That's the job of a moderator. Yeah. It's like, can we get back on topic, guys? And then get them back on topic.
Shannon, you said
directly
counter.
I said or directly counter if you feel like you have the capability to do so. Like if somebody's introduced a dangerous topic and the two people that are there to discuss something completely different derail to agree on something shitty, but you feel like you're in a position to adequately counter that shitty idea, why not, counter it in real time if you feel like you're capable of doing so, or get it back on topic. I mean,
let's do that, or say, guys, we need to get back on topic, and then have them do that, which is what moderators are there for. Yeah. And if you can't moderate, then maybe you're not a good moderator.
It just doesn't make like the narrative that it turned into some. We were sitting back, kicking, laughing about ethno-states from a slavery debate. It's just dishonest. And Steve and I did find countering a topic that went into an area that we didn't anticipate. Shit happens. It's not going to go. Life doesn't go according to plan all the time. What you do though is you don't let it shake you up enough to where you